everybody. Chris Wood here, NAPANEE, Ontario. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been live, so I'm just here on my laptop and I'm checking this out for the first time. Not really too sure what to expect, but it's cool anyway. How's everybody doing today? And I want to thank anybody or whatever that tunes in to see this. I am an identity theft victim. I'm a human trafficking victim. I am a sex assault victim. I am a kidnapping, medical blacklisted victim for Ontario Provincial Police revenge retaliation against me for speaking of their crimes back in 2019. As I've stated previously, I was at my previous address and the ex-OPP chief, he went by. He waved at me. I waved back. When I waved back, a black truck pulled up. The black truck, they pointed something and they shouted at me. And it went into my right ear. This was in August of 2019. It was actually approximately about 3 p.m. in the afternoon too. And after that, that's when I started having the problems. But the reason this happened was because of me speaking of human homeless trafficking crimes that were taking place here in NAPANEE out of a place called the Morning Star Mission. That and the human homeless exploitation that was taking place. As a result, OPP Spencer Mills showed up at my door. Him and a guy from mental health. I had no association with these people. I have no criminal history either. They showed up at my door basically to let me know that if I did not stop talking about what was taking place, there would be serious consequences. And he was 100% right. After that, that's when I started getting stalked. I would go out. Every time I went out, the guy who I know is William Bill Woldridge that lives at 149 Center Street North would come out, and he was always where I was. Every time I would go out, he was right there stalking me. And reason being because I have illegal prisoner tracking put onto me for this. This is how OPP are tracking their human trafficking victims, and this is how they are framing their victims by doing this. And also I have what is called remote narrow monitoring use on me, which is police and military tech. And it has been in use since the 60s, and what it does, it enables, it's a nano microchip implant, and I have proven it and can prove it. It's police and military tech that's been in use since the 60s. And what it does is it basically destroys a person's central nervous system. And I believe that that is what I possibly had shot into my ear back in 2019. That is when the problem started. That's when the medical blacklisting started. After I got my CAT scans done, and there was a woman named STACEY who was involved in this. She is a mental health addictions worker who I had no association with either. I went to see her previously for trying to get help for somebody else. And as a result, I ended up getting, I ended up walking out on her. So I ended up walking out on her, and then William Bill Wooldridge was also stalking my mother. He was following her as well. He was calling her mom, and he was also using, like I said, the remote neural monitoring on her, and from the EMFs and radiation, it actually caused cancer, which caused my mother's death through giving her tumors with her age, and I spoke of this. These police are using this tech with inmates, with sex offenders. This is how one of ways they are human trafficking. They are destroying people's brains. They're destroying people's bodies right now. I have absolutely no stimulation in my head whatsoever in any way, shape, or form from being constantly injured and being numb. My skull has been split. It's been deformed to about 50 different shapes and sizes, and there is nothing I can do. Even with proof, I have went to the hospital and was still called a liar because they're involved with this as well and have been since day one. They are alleged Hells Angels and Banditos. Police involved: Spencer Mills, 14716, Staff Sergeants, ex-Chief Shannon CORK, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, a mental health worker named STACEY, like I said, was NAPANEE at Daily Tea Company and now KINGSTON, and a woman named SHELLEY HAFFNER. There is Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V. She's the one that falsified my medical files and got me medically blacklisted after her girlfriend Stacy talked to her the day that I got my CAT scans done. And then there's Dr. Joy Hadley, there's Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Ambimbola, Dr. Sue, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Waldron, triage nurses Terry, triage nurse Tanya, and triage nurse David, and there's a paladin security guard here involved with it as well. He is approximately 24, 25 years old and maybe 400 to 500 pounds. There is their boss and co-offender. He is a sex offender, the human trafficker. He was also William Aldridge, the one known, was also stalking children, going to Tim Hortons daily, stalking children for the XOPP chief and himself for the sex slavery. When I got a picture of him, he finally went into hiding. But as a result, for 3 years, I have been getting injured, tortured, lived through, broadcasted through, constantly 24/7. I have been seriously deformed. I've been medically blacklisted by the doctors that are involved with this. My legal rights have been taken. My human rights have been taken. My every single right has been taken. And I have been seriously deformed with this from my skull. My skull's been flattened. It's been rounded out. It's been shortened. It's been elongated. It's been widened, and I have proven every single bit of it. William Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. He's untouchable. He is unarrestable. He's highly delusional. He's highly psychotic. He is in a permanent mess psychosis, and he is a perfect person to use for this crime against me. So they can claim Pontius Pilate saying that it wasn't them and using him for it. After 3 years, for anybody that thinks that identity thefts cannot happen, I am proof that they can, and it is being done to me through Lennox and Edmonton, Ontario Provincial Police, through the doctors, and through their co-offending inmates and drug-fed, money-paid co-offenders here in Napanee, who are aiding in their human trafficking and their drug trafficking, financial thefts and frauds, welfare and disability thefts and frauds, insurance thefts and frauds against victims. So I am the end of my bloodline, and I just want to say congratulations to you who are involved with this. I'm not gonna swear. I'm gonna try to keep it clean as possible. So, you are guilty of murdering my mother, OPP, for revenge retaliation. You are guilty of doing this to me, sex assaulting, kidnapping me 24 hours after asking for help against you, May 27th, 2021. And then my false arrest. So beware, OPP, Lennox and Annington, Ontario Provincial Police. They do false arrest their victims to deflect the crimes that they are committing against their victims, especially if you are poor, homeless, disabled, or anybody. They know that they can get away with it. So I just want to keep this live stream short, and I just want to say that love all, hate none. I hope everybody's having a good day, and anybody who sees this in Lennox and Annington, NAPANEE, Ontario, that human trafficking can happen. It is happening, and it's being done through tech and other means here, but it is being done. I am the victim of identity theft. I am the victim of torturing. I am the victim of medical blacklisting and serious deforming. And right now, as I'm doing this, I'm getting nothing but pressure and what feels like air going through my body. My whole right side has been pretty much screwed, and I cannot go to a hospital or do anything about this. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to test this out because this is my first time ever doing anything like this. So I want to say I hope everybody's having a good day, and hit that like, share, subscribe button. And the reason I do show my tattoo on my hand is because of me going through these changes, which I have proven to be taking place. I also have Facebook. It's under Christwood, CHRISTWOOD on Facebook as well. So you can see the changes that I've been talking about, my identity theft and how it's being done to me. Love all, hate none. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Everybody have a safe day, and thank you for seeing this.